Hello there. Hi. Oh, I'm so excited to see everyone. Yay! Happy Sunday night in the heart of the holiday season. My name is Chris Farah, and we are going to have a live reaction to tonight's episode of 90 Day Fiancé. We're in season 8, it's episode 3. So if you're new to my channel, hi, how are you? Thank you so much for popping in. I often do recaps of television stuff and pop culture things, and um, if you haven't seen me before, go ahead and subscribe. Or if you see me a lot and haven't subscribed, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say for Christmas, which is what I celebrate, I would love you to give me the gift of your subscription. Just hit the subscribe button. I mean, here it is. Just hit it. Like that way you'll be notified when I go live and I upload the edited recaps that I shoot later on and make funny. And it would be really great. Also, like this video because it's like kind of turning on the Christmas lights of your tree. If you don't celebrate Christmas, God bless. I love anyone and everyone and welcome. And still, I want that Christmas gift though. So hit subscribe. Cool. So, and also, I know I didn't do an edited recap this week. I'm sorry, last week of the episode 2. I'm so sorry. I had a power outage in my house the day I could do it. And then I got a little crazy for Christmas. So, we're going to dive right in, but I will be doing an edited recap and I will talk about both episodes. So it'll be funny. Yay, you guys are here. Thank you so much. Oh, yay. I got the mods in here. I got my faves in here. Let's talk about it, guys. I think it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. I mean, we're getting into it. And I'm really happy that we got more into the new couple, which we'll talk about. Okay, so first and foremost, Brandon and Julia. 12:15, honey, Julia is asleep. Like she has been A, traveling, and B, there's like a time difference. She's very tired. She had like get off the plane, remember, and just like hop on to Betty's Scooge Wow of sites. Washington, D.C. sites. Okay, so Julia is tired, but Brandon rouses her with some coffee and it looks like 2 yummy breakfast burritos. And then they get it going, honey. And then Julia is very happy to be taking pictures with a selfie stick, honey, of her and Brandon, of the whole fam. Not just of Betty, though, I really liked the scene of her just being like, I want to make everyone jealous on Instagram of like, look, I am here. Where are you? Not here. I'm in America. Where are you? Not here in America with me. Haha. Like I was into it, like I'm very into Julia and Yara. Like I really like both their personalities. Like I guess I like a Eastern little bit of a bish. I like it. It's the Anfisa within me. It's give me my braid makeup pad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I think that it's the perfect combat to the overbearing mom. Like, what would have Debbie and Colty done if they had like an Eastern European? Like, because Larissa, like, I don't know, like, maybe it would have been the exact same with what happened with Larissa. Maybe they would have just got into physical altercations. I'm not quite sure, but I think about it. So Julie is upset, though, again, about the fact that she has to sleep in a separate bedroom than Brandon. However, let me just say that I would want my stuff in a separate room. Like, I have a lot of stuff. Like, that's actually kind of fine. Like, here's the thing. I feel like the parents and Brandon are being like, look, just like go to bed in that room and just I'll sneak over. I would just be like, look, I will sleep in that bed. I'll put all my stuff around. But Brandon, when I want you to, which is like 5 nights out of 7 nights, you're going to come into bed with me. And then I'll come into bed with you. God bless, sorry. Baby Jesus. So, but she's taking selfies and the mom's rolling the eyes and Brandon clocks that. And Julia also has like, some choice words about Americans and mostly the fact that they're fat to her. They're fat. They're bigger than her. They're bigger than what she expects. Actually, I guess not because she heard the stereotypes, but she didn't understand. So she's just like, why is this person running and fat? No, how? And just so easy. Do not be fat. Do not go into kitchen. Just don't go in the kitchen. Could you imagine her being like a coach on Biggest Loser or something like that? No, it just seems so black and white, right? Just Chris, don't go in the kitchen. That's where the food is. You can't gain weight not eating food. Wait, you can't gain weight eating someone else. Just don't go where the food is, Chris. God, Julia, honey, what are you, a prophet? Um, Julia also doesn't do politics, honey. She doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we were about to like talk about the current president when they were like in front of the White House, and she's like, "No, I don't care. I don't know Trump, sure." You know, and in Russia we have like Putin, like he'll be president, emperor. We know that because he just will change. He's changed the constitution. So, look, if I care about politics and I'm Russian, I literally know that living in a dictatorship. What are we going to do? Fight against that? I mean, if people are fighting against it, Julia choosing probably not to. Well, Julia choosing to get the F out. Ooh, because she knows in America, hopefully, voting works and elections work. And we don't stop elections. You know, like there's a protocol. Whereas, you know, like Putin doesn't believe in that protocol. Whew. So I just want to also bring up one point also that, okay, so obviously Julia's like, Brandon talked to her mom and like, I'm sleeping in that bed or whatever. So Brandon does, right? So what happens is obviously like Joe Biden takes Julia away to get her favorite thing, hamburgers. Honey, she's so happy she runs away with Joe Biden. And then the mom and Betty and Brandon talk, and Brandon's like, look, Julia keeps wanting me to talk about this thing with you. And Betty, and I mean, the best way possible is like, no, not in my house. By the way, if you hear a like ghastly whistle sound right now, it's because it's Sunday night and my dad is, I can tell, listening to Sound of Music. He's listening to, right now, Captain Von Tramp is like doing the whistle, and that's what that is. And I think it's this loud right now because he's trying to tempt me into watching it because it's a musical. He knows it's my favorite thing. But I'm working. I'm not working. I'm talking to you guys, which is not work. It's talking to you guys. So Betty is like, look, I don't want you sleeping in the same room and before you're married. And even after you're married, I don't want you to do it. And it's like, Betty, what? What, Betty? Betty, okay, that's been fucking bananas. Like, you can say whatever you want about religion or whatever, God bless. But, like, you don't want them to sleep in the same bed together after they get married? And I don't understand because Brandon's always like, oh, Betty loves Julia. And Betty doesn't love Julia. Not at all. I think she just wants to be so there to control and thus, like, X out the situation because what is your mental hangup if you don't want your married child to be in bed with their spouse? That you think this, you know, like you don't think of him as being a man and he can't have sex in your home. Not even sex, but like you don't want to hear it, is what they say. Like, why can't you just have a conversation with your son of being like, hey, can you not bone your wife so loudly that it like disturbs me and Joe Biden's sleep? Like, I don't understand like what this, how did they just, I don't know, the sexual, I want to use the word tension, although that's gross. God, that whistle is loud. The like, sexual, whatever, like escapades of this family and how they view things and like how they view each other. It's just hard, you know, it's hard. So basically, yeah, like we get a moment of Brandon having a small victory where he's like, look, Mom, look, Joe Biden, I'm going to take Julia out. We're having one night alone. We're having one night besides we move into your house for like the rest of our eternity. I'm going to have this like restaurant reservation situation, two of us. And like Betty and Joe like have to be like, okay, well, guess there's nothing we can do about it. You know, it's like, yeah, go. God, go. Anyway, so Julia there is like, again, you have to talk to your mom. Julia's whole thing, and yeah, Julia does not get the money situation, or she does, and she's just like, I would rather, I guess, you get 2 jobs than me live with your mom. I think Julia's just like, you will get another job. You'll do Uber and we'll move out. Can't be that expensive to get an apartment wherever you live. I mean, it's not like LA or San Francisco or something like that, or New York or something like that. So, um, he must be in a lot of debt. But he's also taking into account like all of the payments and like bills are going to come afterward. But again, Julia's like, no. That's why another reason why I like Julia and Yara. Like when they say no, they mean they're not backing down. There's just something about that type of woman that like I don't see that much, or I don't get to be around enough of like boundary setting bitches. And I think that like I've had issues with that before. And so to watch it in action is like, wow. Whew. Oh, okay. That's how you do it. I'll take notes. I'll just like write it down. Wow. Jovi and Yara. So they make it to the mom's house. I like the mom's house. The mom's like the house is very nice. It's like, clean. It's like modern, like, I don't know, obviously this whole thing with Yara was like whether she's gonna be comfortable or not. And, like, I love the bayou, but like we didn't know what that was going to be. And it's lovely. I think that she would have like a comfortable room for them. So Yara gets there and she like kind of warms up, and the mom like confronts her about that. And, she like answers. And then the mom is making. Okay, I put down gumbo. It's not gumbo. It's a French word. Okay, she can speak French, so she knows how to say it. It's like Creole French or whatever. It's like a stew. It's a stew. No, it looks really bad. It looks gross. They can say what they want about it, but you eat with your eyes. And you can jazz things up with like some fresh stuff or some like parsley or like, what's the texture? I mean, I'm not quite sure. So anyway, but Yara is even like, this is great to her face. But then later on, she tells Jovi like, oh, I hated it. It's gross. First of all, no flavor or whatever. And then Jovi's like, oh, I'm just glad she told me. It didn't tell my mom. We're all like, you're on national television. Not only did she tell your mom, she told everyone that she hates your mom's food, that it's flavorless. And also, like, again, like Yara has this conversation with her mom where the mom is like, like we want you to get married here, so we have a little something. And Yara's like, no, I'm not going to get married without my parents present. My parents are present, or they're not. Like, am I having something? And Jovi's mom is not happy about that because his grandparents like want to come or whatever. And this is a point of contention. And Yara is upset because she knows that Jovi's mom already knew that. So why is she bringing it up again? Why did she question me? When I say no, I mean no. Whew. Honey, when she says no, she means it. Get it right. Know it now. This is not going to change. She's letting you know. Listen, Yara's has a discerning quality about her that I don't mind. I could do without like every fake Birkin I have to see. And there's a lot. But I understand it might be part of like a culture difference where, and not, I mean, or I understand there's just it's a different thing, like, but okay, God bless. Yara's just like, I'm not gonna get married in a trailer park. She knows what she wants, honey, and what she doesn't want. And here's the thing, like, they're not supposed to be together at all. They are so vastly different. Like, their mindset's different. Like, they're just going to be resentful. Like, they just had good sex, I guess. Like, it feels like a couple of times a couple of months ago. Fast forward to now. And that's what we're seeing. They have just nothing in common. Like, the type of person Jovi is will never make her happy. Like in the long run, she wants like the finer things in life, I mean, and Jovi is gonna cheat on her with someone who makes him feel better about himself. Less pressure on him to perform is going to make him feel like, chill and stuff like that. I mean, I mean, can you not, of course we all see that, right? Um, Okay, I want to talk about new couple Andrew and Amira. Yay! Okay, we still have one couple we haven't met yet, which is Cougar and Blah Blah Blue, but we'll whatever. By the way, that shot of her, we're gonna meet them in the next episode, I guess, of her in the neon glasses and her having some secret. What is it? I can't wait. And Andrew and Amira. Okay, so this is a weird situation. So when we meet Andrew, we're like, are you going? He's like dressing up, and we're like, oh my God, it's a cosplay nerd, like, and we think about that because of the way he looks and stuff like that. By the way, I think that Andrew has a handsomeness about him, but he's like a little bit my type in that he's like big with like a jawline, but he's not going to go to like Comic-Con pre-COVID. He's going to go to work, which is a daycare at his mom's house. And he like waxes poetic on how like the kids get to have like a positive male role model, blah, 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 blah. And that's all, I think, fine and great. There's something about him though that I feel like has a very calculated way he speaks that mismatches like his emotion. So this is like a feeling that I like at first I don't know, the first thought of I had this like kind of like was being verbalized, and then when I had that scene with the dad at the end with Amir where it's shown to us that he has made her cry and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't know about Andrew. Okay, so moving on, let me go back. So the mom, and Andrew have a conversation, he's ready to settle down, and the sitch is basically this. They applied for the visa, and they have a certain amount of time in which once they get the visa, that the visa has to like happen or be activated. And I don't know like exactly the rules, but like remember we just kind of experienced this a little bit before in past seasons, but also in this season when Natalie was like, I got the visa and I got to be on the plane in 20 days. In this situation, it's like they got the visa and then let's just say I think they have like 6 months or whatever to do the damn thing. And since that has happened, COVID hit, which I think that they so they show a timestamp of it being June, and we don't know exactly when they got the visa, but as we know, 6 months have already happened since June, so the 6 months would be up. If they tried to, I guess there was an openness. There was an openness about moving, travel, but still in COVID. I can't talk. I'm so sorry. What's happening? COVID's taken over my brain. Sozies Wozies, they have to meet in Mexico because he has like read in a Reddit forum that like people have done this thing where they go to Mexico, they quarantine for 14 days, and they can like slip in from like countries that are being banned from whatever when Trump, and I'm not quite sure exactly when that was lifted, had a travel ban. Whew. Okay, so because at some point they just banned us. I have not been traveling, God bless. So we meet Amira, and Amira, honey, is a French Egyptian girl who looks at makeup all day long and has a very close relationship with her Arab dad. She's an only child. I'm not French, but like, does that sound familiar? Amira seems a little fake and a little superficial, but not fake face. Not like like she doesn't have like fake nose and fake lips. So I'm still I like her. She just daydreams about the perfect relationship. She says she's like very romantic. I'm very romantic. I would like a perfect relationship, an ideal romantic relationship. Anyway, so she also talks about the fact, and he brings this up, that he would move it under her, and she would, she appreciates that he treats her like a princess or whatever. And so she's into that. And so all of this is like, oh, is Andrew like the best guy with the whole like being a positive role model and like working at a daycare and like his like constant, I just want to settle down and have kids situation. And even he brings like, a blue beret to like his sister Connie, who's like so pissed that he's missing a baby shower. And it's a little bit like, okay, Connie, it's a baby shower. Like baby's not even here yet. Like, like he's not missing like birthdays. I don't know, women's baby showers. I mean, I think they're annoying. And like, he's a dude. He already got you a gift, and like, do you need a blue beret? I mean, what like a little bit like I guess it's a nod to Amira, but also like the most useless baby gift I've ever seen. A blue baby beret. And by the way, it looked so big. Like that beret is for like an 8-year-old, right? How big is that baby's head? What was his thought? Just like, oh, this is the perfect necessary gift for my sister's baby. Anyway, okay. He's a little crazy. Um, so then he FaceTimes Amira, and then he's like in some sort of Rastafarian hat, honey. He very much likes to dress up. He's gonna be very kinky. There's something about him. I mean, he's gonna be like very kinky in bed. There's gonna be like weird fetishes. And like, I mean, look, no judgment. Whatever you do in bed. All I'm saying, there is something about him. Amira's gonna have to watch out. I think the dad knows it. Um, I keep saying I'm so sorry. This is why I like doing the edited recap so I can cut all this out. So what happens is also, I'm a little bit jumping back and forth, is the two weird things we find out. Obviously about him, we find out that from the dad when she has a conversation is that he's been pressuring her to do this Mexico thing. She doesn't want to do it. She's afraid of COVID and coronavirus. It's a bad time to travel, but he's been pressuring her and he says that if she doesn't do this, he will highly resent her. Meanwhile, also, but he treats her like a princess and like will move heaven and earth for her. But she, and the dad's like, I never liked him at all. And the dad, like, God bless. This is why also just like I feel really dumb is like this Arab dad is going to speak English and French, and he speaks English in an Arabic accent. Obviously he speaks Arabic. Just like, can't I just master? No, I'm just kidding. Can't I just learn some other languages? Can I just be just not this like cultureless trash heap? That's what I always feel like when people speak multiple languages like that. I'm just like hearing this person jump between 3 languages. I'm just like, that's amazing. Good for you. So that's his secret, is that he makes her cry in some way, and there might be like a controllingness or a weirdness about him. And the secret from her, which is not really a secret, but like the weird, about her is that she has been saying this before, that she wanted kids, that everything, like she was really into it, and that now she has changed her tune about the kid thing. And the sister Connie calls Amira superficial. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if she's really changed her tune, but that is something that they have to get together, because as we've seen with Rosemary and Ed, it's a deal breaker. No, it's a deal breaker. You got to get that right. Okay, so Tariq and Hazel. So Tariq ends up going with his shopping with his BFF Angela that looks exactly like Stacey Dash, with like an interesting hairline. I'm just gonna say that I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what's I don't know exactly what's happening with her hairline. I love you guys, so I don't know what else to say. And he's like, I'm going to. By the way, or if you want to know where we're at in Sound of Music, it's I am 16 going on 17. He's like, Hazel loves powder blue, so I'm gonna get a powder blue suit, and we're all like, don't do it. I mean, Tariq really I guess is fashion adventurous, and maybe I should appreciate that, but like he looks like from he's like Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber. I mean, it's like horrible, but I guess in my mind I was like, why does it have to be a pale blue like suit? Can it just be like a beautiful like pale blue cashmere sweater, or like some handsome cashmere outfit? I mean, I keep saying cashmere, like a pale blue, I don't know, like puffy jacket that's gonna be really comfy when she hugs you. Just like a suit, honey. So he gets her though, and he has lovely flowers. And I feel like now we're just staring at everyone's flowers. Like, so purple flowers have been the theme of this season, and that means royalty. And this bouquet is like a farmer's, like We see kind of like lupines and snapdragons and some like eucalyptus. It's like a farm bouquet. And Hazel's there, honey. And she's so happy to see him. He's crying. And they're hugging. And, Hazel, like, she's not super emotive, and she says that she's overwhelmed. And I can understand that. I mean, oh God, he's screaming. She's like overwhelmed, and it's hard for her to take in just the vastness. And I understand that because it's hard, it's overwhelming, I'm sure, for us to see her life and her world. And it's like to be in both is crazy. So she can't quite talk, and she seems awkward a little bit. And she gets to the house, and another theme is Americans' homes aren't as clean as they think they are, especially dudes. Like, dudes are like, it's clean, and women are like, no. I mean, the floor is dirty. It's not being dusted. And guys are like, but there's not ants crawling in places now. They were before. It's like, so, but his house is big. So she's taken aback. Like, I can't imagine if like my whole home could fit in one room and I'm now here in this space. Like, I mean, it kind of reminds me a little bit of, remember when of Michael and Julia, like when she first came to America, and Julia, I hope I'm saying her name right, had also like at least traveled and seen a lot of like high life as a model. So like she had been around, and she had been to America before, I believe. I think that she had gotten to America once, right? Anyway, so it was hard for her, and I got, like I don't know. It made me have empathy for her. Also, do you notice that I think Hazel like looks very healthy? Like I feel like she has like a little like meat and curve to like her legs. Um, let's talk about Mike and Natasha. So this is our last couple. Mike and Natasha. They wake up after their beautiful penthouse Seattle hotel room extravaganza, sex extravaganza, because Natasha's like, Natasha? I'm so sorry. Natalie's like, if I said Natasha before, I'm a nightmare. Natalie was like Natasha and Bullwinkle. Natalie, because they both have Russian accents, whatever. Natalie's like, look, the relationship has highs and lows, ups and downs, but the sex is always up. Yeah, I bet they get down. Because she's crazy and he's tall. So he can like pick her up and stuff like that. And like, she's crazy. So she probably just like slobs on it. I'm just kidding. I love you so much. Get the kids out. So Mike, like, they're gonna go visit Bo, and so he opens this. I like this. He like takes out the seat for her, and takes her jacket around, and then Bo comes, and Bo shows up, and she's like, "You're very stylish. You're the most stylish man I've met." And she's trying so hard because Bo comes in, honey, looking like a homeless person, and I love Bo, and I feel for homeless people. So he just looks. I mean, if I was a hostess in that restaurant, I'd be like, "Oh, I think the manager, because the man's," like I'm just saying, like I've worked in restaurants. God bless, that's about me. It's one of the most famous things about me is that I worked at a restaurant. Ha ha ha. Hoo hoo. So here's the thing about Bo. They talk about him liking alcohol, right? Specifically, we've seen evidence of it before, and he openly talks about it in this scene, because she's like, "How many drinks can you have at lunch?" And he's like, "As many as they bring me." I don't. Oh, thank you so much for that. Oh, yay! I got a little super chat. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, Chris. Thumbs it up, everyone. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed, thumbs it up. But also thumbs up to you. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. thumbs it up just means like, liking this video. So I appreciate that. And you're the best. And I hope you get what you want from Santa. It's be a good thing. So um what is happening with Bo obviously is alcoholism, and I don't know the lengths of alcoholism to the degree of Bo. And maybe there's other things, but Bo, when you see his eyes and you're talking to him, what feels like every 10 seconds he like looks like he's about to pass out in a very like, oh, you know what? Because I cannot, I mean, this is like not a funny thing. I feel like this is not me joking about it, but like, what is like, there's a flash in his eyes. I don't understand. Like, I've never just seen it before, I guess. God bless. Where it's just like, he'll talking and he's like, no, he doesn't do that. He's like, kind of like, I mean, maybe you guys can like tell me, like, is that just like alcoholism or something? I feel like there's something else, like maybe he does some other drugs or whatever. He just like, he's 50, honey. He is 50 and J-Lo's 50. And I know that J-Lo's like famous, and like has all the money in the world, and Bo doesn't have those two things. And I know that JLo likes to tell us also that like she has been bathing her body in nothing but olive oil, and that's why she has the skin that she does, and it's not Botox or any sort of filler or any sort of like sugar thread lifting or anything like that. I'm not saying I want Bo to have that, but I'm worried about. I mean, what can be done for Bo? Is there anything being done for Bo? Has already been tried? It's like I feel like Mike's just like kind of like he's not perfect. There's no. I mean, like, is he just feels like he's on death's door? Okay, I have to get over this. I mean, I have to stop talking about this in this moment because I feel truly like bad about it. Like I feel bad talking about it. Ugh, okay. So, one funny part is Natasha's like, so Bo, do you still live in the house? This is after she like seen him in the alcohol, and Bo's like, no, I don't live there anymore. And she's like, oh, phew, oh no, no. I mean, good. I mean, so what's the word? Thank God, thank you. I do. And then at one point, Bo, who again is just lovely, Natasha. What's wrong with me? And okay, Natalie's like, well, I like living there, and Bo's like, are you a tough Cocoa Puff? And the answer is no, she's not. No, I'm not a tough Cocoa Puff. You are. I'm not. There's other women that are. I'm not. Natalie for sure isn't. And then they like leave Seattle. They take this like windy road, honey. It's dark. There's no lights. At one point, Mike has to drive on snow. That part was hot. Were you turned on by that part? If men turn you on, I was turned on when he like just manhandled that truck over that ice, over that snow. Anyway, so she sees the house, and it's different than what she thought it was gonna look like. It's low. I think, yeah, everyone has different reactions at homes, right? Like Hazel's like, it's too big, and Natalie, first of all, I think I'm not quite sure of this house. I think it might be in the sense of like what it looks like. It was kind of confusing, but I think that it might be like parts of it look like a mobile home, and not trailer park, but like fabricated home would be the word, only in some of like the roofings and the levelness of it, the height of the ceilings. There's, I guess, a shortness to the ceilings. I'm not quite sure, or like a sterileness to the walls, and like the materials used, like felt like a steelness to it. So, I mean, Natalie can't even talk. She's like, this is a horror movie. I hate horror movies. She's just in this home like, with her big blue eyes, like. And it's cold. She says that. And Mike's like, it's cold there too. Like, I don't know if she just doesn't understand how winter works. But like, is there a heater? Is the heater on? Is there fire? She asks for tea, like, he gets her tea. And yeah, it's just like, this is a repeatable theme of women who come and are not happy with the digs. The digs. So anyway, we will see what happens, y'allsies. That's the end of me talking about this, but now I'm gonna talk to you guys and see what you said. That's so funny. I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't liked this video, I would love a little thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I could really use a little more subs, and that way you'll know about stuff. So I'm also thinking about, I love doing these lives. I love talking to you guys. Sometimes when I look back on them, I'm not happy with the way I look, or how many or the lighting, or sometimes the sound or whatever. And so I might leave, I'm so sorry, hiccups. I might leave the lives up. I might leave the lives up for a little bit of time, and then I might start deleting them or archiving them, just so that my actual video list on my YouTube channel isn't full of a good looking video and then a not good looking video. So you guys are like, oh no, don't watch back, you're going to judge yourself. I mean, it's just that, yeah, I do though. But I will always have them, because I like talking to you guys. I just don't want to leave them up for months at a time. I just don't think a lot, especially if I have an edited recap of the same video, because then I feel like A, it's redundant, and B, then there's a great video of me talking about something, and then a video that's fun to do, but isn't the best quality. Make different playlists. I probably should. You guys are, I mean, of course, I know you guys. Yeah, we can talk about this. I'd love your opinions on this. Or at least archive them and then share the links as Vanity Fair, Vanity Fair in my Facebook group or something like that. You look good all the time. All right, you're the sweetest. Well, wouldn't you ask for a video tour of the guy you're interested in this way? Yeah. I understand. So yeah, it's hard because it's what does it look like on a small screen or whatever you're being able to see it on, and whatever graininess of what's been downloaded, and actually being there and smelling it and feeling it, the smell, literally the coldness or the steeliness of it. It's so interesting. You guys are so sweet. You guys, I love you guys. It's not that but here's the thing, for instance, I'm not joking. If you go back to, let's just say, episode 1, the recap I did of this season 8, with whatever, the edited video, I look so professional, and I'm funny, obviously, and I don't say all the time, I don't say all the time, and then sometimes you look back at lives, the lighting is worse, and I don't know, it doesn't look as great. They're the same, the same person within the same 28-hour period. So, but anyway, yeah. So look at Mike and Uncle Bo. Do you think they live in a palace? It's so interesting. Yeah. Mike does not want to leave where he lives, right? And that's going to be a point of contention, because she is not enjoying that area, right? And the house is one thing. If you have all that land, I literally have been saying, you can build whatever you want on it. Sure, there's housing codes, but where I feel like Mike lives, there's probably not that many. I mean, we have to see what can be done about water and electricity and gas because of how out there he lives. But if I'm assuming that he has access to those things in some way, there is no reason for us not to be able to, A, over time, build a gorgeous home. And by that, I mean, no reason, yes, you have to save money and all that stuff. And B, have a separate lovely residence for Bo. And I don't think Bo needs much, honey. Besides, And I'm so sorry, but like rehab, like a new liver. God bless. What, those are like, I can't, looking at his eyes, like, yeah, every time he talks, like, how do you have a conversation with him? It's like, if I was Natalie, like, I would have been like, I think she did her best. In Washington, the only housing requirement is to keep your privates covered. Ooh! Is it just me, but do I only see one thumbs up? Oh, it's just you. I do have more. But just pretend I only have one, guys, and how sad you would be for me if you thought that there's a whole time only one person liked this video. I've been talking for 40 minutes, so please like it. You guys are so sweet. People I have never seen before, like Fezzi, are like, thank you so much. Love the live stream. Greetings from Quincy, Massachusetts. Thank you. I'm middle of the road. I hate really unprofessional YouTube videos, but I hate overdone fake YouTube also. I know. I mean, I get you. I mean, yeah. My thumb's dead. Thank you. I entered and frozen at 7. Oh, yeah, I wonder if it's frozen for me. I'm not going to touch it because if I refresh it or something, I'm just going to be out of this. If I hit, it goes to 0. Okay, so I also want to say this, like, why I never want to bring a European person to Vegas for one of their first cities, unless that's where they're going to live. But like every time, and no offense to people who live in Vegas, it's just that like, oh, you want to go to Vegas so bad? Oh. I mean, New Orleans, New York, Chicago, LA, parts of it, like the good parts. Vegas is just like, it's just, I guess really, it is, I guess, some sort of metaphor for America in some way, but it feels cultureless, right? So you're just like, no, not that one, not Vegas, not like fabricated, fake everything. I mean, sure, it's great for a moment, but I mean, not one of the first 5 cities. There's Hawaii. I mean, Vegas is cheap. Yeah. No, I get it. It's like a Southwest flight. It's like $48. If you do JSX, I don't know if you know about that. It's a JetBlue, like kind of like a private-esque airline, but it's like cheap. They keep emailing me. They're like, I'll get you to Vegas for $71. Like, that's so cheap. Girls love only Vegas and Orlando. Some girls only love Vegas and Orlando. It's so funny. You know what was when I went to the national parks, there were a lot of Europeans there. So, and obviously, in essence, that's the opposite of Vegas. So that was exciting. I've never been to Las Vegas. There are fun nights to be had in Las Vegas. There are shows. It's crazy. And the food is absolutely insane. You can have like 2 crazy nights where you just go and spend a lot of money. That's it. You can't do more. Oh, Heather, thank you so much for that super chat. Heather Palma. I appreciate it. Is that you in front of the White House? Did you have a selfie stick? I'm just kidding. No, you didn't. I don't even know if that looks like the White House in this picture. Honey, you're Julia. You're Julia and Betty made your whole scooch. Wow, you're going to have the Korean memorial up next. That Egyptian French girl is hot. Yeah. I liked her. And again, I like the fact that she looks like she has like the facial parts that she was born with. No, I'm saying in front of the MIT building. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, you attracted that message. What is that? Well, that looks like a beautiful MIT. Honey, that's what MIT looks like? No, I'm saying it. Yeah. Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's not the White House at all. God, I am daft. Um, anyway, that is awesome. Did you go to MIT? You know. Yeah, Amira looks sultry and real. But she could be fake. I mean, in like her superficiality. But the thing is, I also love looking at makeup. Love it. And I love daydreaming about romantic, idealistic relationships. Yes, there are moments in some parts of me that can be considered a little superficial or vain, but not really, because superficial just means that's only who you are. You can enjoy those things, the more aesthetic pleasing things, and then have a lot of depth to you. So that I actually take it back because I know I have a lot of depth to me. It's just, yeah, like I like girly shit. Sorry. What? How come we never call like guys who like sports superficial? You know, it's like sports, you're like, eh. Well, I guess we do like call them douches or something like that. Whatever. I don't know. I'm like talking myself out of this my own argument. I like Amira the most so far. Did you guys have a weirdness about Andrew? And when her dad called out Andrew's behavior, making her cry and not liking him, were you like, was that dad knows something? Miriam, hi, baby boo. You're glowing tonight and makeup pop and your eyes are perfect. Ah, thank you. That is so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you. I really tried my eyeliner. And this is most of the only time I can wear makeup, especially now that we're like in double lockdown. So I appreciate it. Yes, Andrew's super weird. But guys who spend a lot on shoes, we don't say a word. Oh yeah, like sneakers. Of course. You can't even like work out in their sneakers. What if I bought super expensive heels that I couldn't even like go to a fancy party in? Yeah. Andrew, there's something about him. Something about Andrew. And what I mean is he has a lot of cum in his hair. I don't know why Natalie was acting like Mike's house was so simple and small. The apartment she was living in was the size of an ant fart. So how is she so high? Yeah. I understand that completely. I was trying to yeah, that's true. What did she expect, I guess? She really did act like the place was like overwhelmingly horrible. I mean, she couldn't even talk. She was like paralyzed with her big blue eyes, just like looking around, just like, I just want to like, Mike. I just love it. She was like a speaker. I'm excited. I like this season so far. I'm into it. I love the new cups, and the Brandon thing is really great. It's the gift that's giving a lot for this holiday season. The other gift, and this is a little off topic, that's giving a lot is the drama between Erica Girardi and Tom Girardi, their divorce and impending lawsuit of them like getting like a fake sham divorce to like cover his like multiple lawsuits because he embezzled money from the settlements he like gave his clients to like fund some pyramid scheme of his sham business for the past 10 years. And then she said that he was cheating on her and like released all these text messages from a Nokia phone like 5 years ago that between him and some other blonde judge. I love it. Anyway, so I just love you. We are friends and brunch buddies in my mind. I'm cooking a late night shrimp pesto and I'm so glad I caught your live while sipping on roses. Oh, honey, you know how to live. Marry me, know how to live. Andrew lives with his mom, right? Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. Obviously, he works with his mom, and the daycare is at his mom's house. I don't know if they made that clear or not, if he also lives there. And maybe you guys can let me know. Beginning, a very good place to start. That's where we are right now. It's a little do-re-mi. I think he said he lived there too, which is a hell no. He. Hubby says Natalie has eyes like a goat, crazy soulless immediately if he explained it. You know, it's so interesting because I think that she's in a lot of ways stunning. I mean, if I saw her, I would be like stunned. I think that her face is interesting looking enough that I think I could consider it beautiful because it's stunning. I mean, and beauty is subjective. Her eyes are big. Her eyes are big. I mean, and they're blue, as I've said, and I've acted out for you. But I mean, first of all, am I going to talk about big eyes? Am I going to give whatever? She does have interesting hair. Yeah, I do think she's pretty because in specifically the scene with her and Bo, there's a light on her face when she is taking in everything that Bo's giving her at that lunch. Her skin is porcelain. I mean, it's gorgeous. She has a glow about her. I feel like she hands down has like obvious lip injections, and she definitely has gotten Botox. You can tell right here in this area of her forehead. Listen, I've gotten Botox, so I'm not judging. I've not gotten lip injections, and I think that she's gotten lip injections specifically because I was in that scene between her and her mom in the taxi. I just was like, what's happening there? A lot of lip, real pout lips. What's happening there with mom? No, not beautiful woman, no lips. Like, they don't look alike. I really doesn't think so. Like, her mom is very delicate features. Like, just really delicate, like thin, but like, like chiseled, like smallness. And Natalie has like big ass features. She has like a good sized nose, like not that it's big, but it's like plump in some way, sort of way. And big eyes, as we've talked about, and like big ass lips, which are fake, whatever, God bless. But like, she doesn't have the same bone structure as her mom. So I think there's lip injections, but I'm not quite sure, and I would have to see her dad. Yeah, I find her looks interesting. I go back and forth with her. I uh her nose seems like it's getting bigger every year. That nose is going to be down to her chin? Oh, really? Huh. Miriam, how do you make your pesto, by the way? Do you just like do the normal way with like pine nuts and like Parmesan? Do you do anything crazy like spinach or kale or like walnuts? Drinking time. Every time Chris says, God bless, we drink, you're going to be so drunk. She's totally endearing, but the mind fuckery she played was when she lost me. Yeah, so I think that, yeah, for sure. A lot last year. And then Lisa, like, this whole thing with the ring is really interesting, right? Because she's the one that gave back the ring, and now all she wants is that ring back. And it's hard because it's where people ask and she doesn't have it. I'm a fiance, but I can't prove it. I truly think Mike's a great guy. I think that he's a good guy, right? I feel bad for Mike. I think he's like doing his absolute best. I think that Mike also has there's an innate feeling I have that he like maybe suffers from depression. That's, by the way, alleged. He's obviously, I'm not a doctor, obviously, and but you know who is Jill Biden, but I'm not, and she's obviously not a doctor of psychiatry. I know that, but all I'm saying is that neither proven, never ever talked about, but even when he was like, again, I brought this up, like he says that he has a lot of energy to him. And I'm like, no, you don't. There's a depressive quality about him to me sometimes. And I just wonder that about him. I think that, so I want the best for him. And I don't want Natalie to like fuck with him too much. Just like, there are certain things that I want like I want her to have. I want her to be happy. And if this rural life isn't for her, that is not her fault nor his. Like she can't do it or whatever. And I do think that like they can compromise over certain things. Like the fact that he owns this 35 acres means that like over time she should be able to build the home that she wants, that she would feel comfortable in. And but at the same time, like this is a man who's gonna want to eat meat. Don't change, you can't change, like you can't like want him to change that much, and you should also like be a little more gracious. Natalie, you're like, I don't know, she's so particular. And well, anyway, We have lots of beautiful girls in Seattle. She's not worthy of his kindness. Oh yeah. She said she didn't love him. Like, chill. Yeah. I don't think she thought Mike would take her throwing the engagement ring at him that bad, that he would know to step up and fix it sooner versus, yeah, she didn't seem to know that would be a big deal. Nor did she seem to think that her saying that she doesn't love him wouldn't be a big deal. Who? And this is the same thing with Tanya and Sinjin. If you are engaged to someone, engaged, I mean, if that, if then, but, or wait, no, if then, if this, then that. Okay, yeah, if that, then this, right? I'm sorry, it takes me this way. This is why I like to do an edited recap. So if that, then this. If I'm engaged to you, am I not a soulmate that you love? Oh, I'm not like someone that you love, A, and B, you think that like our souls are meant to be together for the long run, for forever. Our souls, more than other souls in our world. I mean, isn't that what that kind of means? The connotation, I mean, maybe not like denotation of marriage and or whatever, being betrothed, but it's hard to hear that, right? Like, uh, if my fiance told me they didn't love me or they couldn't tell me that they loved me, please get me out of it. I'll leave. Don't worry, I'll get out. Don't worry, I'll be like, bye. But if for any goddamn reason, I'm so sorry, but if any reason I don't, get me out of it. And yeah, at this point, truly, I will only get married if, and so therefore will only get engaged to get married, if I find someone that I love, that I feel is my soul's mate, that I want to be with for the rest of my life. Because I know A, that this is the person I want to love and give to, and this person's life I value. I think that they live their life in a way that I respect. And I want to merge our lives together and make us some sort of couple that I feel like will bring us both into like a heightened version of ourselves. So I trust the gifts that I have for a relationship. I know that I have certain gifts that I want to give. And therefore also I won't get into a marriage with someone that won't benefit me in some way. There's a good chance I will get married. But I guess it's crazy for me to like see these people like engaged when you're just like, I'm not my soulmate. Someone else was. You're fine. I can't say I love you. Oh, well then why don't we just go back to you just messaging me sometimes? I don't have to tell you, like, okay. I got this really made me intense. She didn't even say I don't believe in soulmates. It was a different dude. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think Meg is better off with this cat. Honey, that cat didn't like her. That cat was not into Natalie. Natalie wasn't into that cat, honey. Natalie's a dog person. She's just too picky and wants a designer husband. Well, that's another reason why I'm like, Yara's not going to be with Jovi. Come on. He really seems like a good guy and deserves someone that loves him. Personally, I think it's more powerful to choose to be together every day rather than magic. I understand. Yeah, is magic. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, magic isn't a thing. I don't think I'm gonna be like in the Magic's castle or like some Houdini situation. You do have to choose. It's very like that's like a Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell thing. If you ever like have seen a recent um, interview with them, of course you have to choose to be with someone. I think I was talking about if you like see the innate value of someone and their place in your life and you love them, you know, it's not magic. It's just like, oh, I choose this. This is like what I want. This is what I want. Yeah, just like Prince Charles said, whatever is love anyway, when being asked if in love with Diana. Whoo! That's a very, yeah, like, no, we know what love. red flag. I'm about my hubby, best friend, and I would never have risked hurting him. Best person I've ever met. Crazy about. Oh, I'm crazy about my yeah. Like hurting him, like ever. Yeah. Yikes, guys. I don't know. It's bad. You know, it's hard out there. It's hard out there to like find love and find relationships and like make things work. I mean, these people are just putting up the good fight on camera for us to watch and judge and comment on. Who do you think is going to work? Okay. Tariq and Hazel. Did I talk about that? Oh, I did. But you know what I didn't talk about? I'm so sorry. I totally forgot to talk about Tariq and Dean's falling out. I knew that Dean was dating someone from a different country. I also, as we know, knew that they used to be on Pillow Talk and then they weren't on Pillow Talk. But I did not know that like they just plain up were not talking, that they were like, it was a disastrous situation. I felt bad about that. I didn't understand that. Oh, that sucks. They're not even, I mean, he also just like moved. I mean, but then also they say that and then they have a conversation. Well, like when did the conversation on the phone happen with Angela there, Stacey Dash, where Dean and him are fighting? Because for them to have that footage makes me be like, is that real or is that fake? I also realize that the woman that Tariq had as a girlfriend with Hazel is named Minty, even though every time he says her name, it sounds like Minnie. Yeah, sometimes pine nuts, if I have them, I use a pre-made sauce as a base. I add to it extra virgin olive oil, fresh basil of a plant, garlic, crack, Parmesan. Yes, I want it. And then, yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about food. Oh, what's your favorite pasta shape to put over pesto? I like penne. They better patch it up because they are hilarious together. Oh, like Dean and yeah, I mean, that's a long time. I'm not quite sure. Oh, Alex. Hi, Chris. Haven't tuned in a while. You look great. Thanks. That's sweet. I'm wearing my like thermal-esque holiday pajamas. I want to know if Hazel's only type is like a thin Asian. Just want to know. I like want to know like what kind of girl she likes. I want to see her talking to a girl and like hitting on her because she can be so demure and like soft, obviously with Tariq, and is like somewhat expressionless. And yeah, it's actually gonna be like when she like flirts with a girl too. It just and because then my thought like, oh, okay, like what kind of girl do you like? You like femme girls? Are you both just gonna be like, hi? Like I can't wait. I mean, I don't know. I can't wait to see. What if she's like really aggressive with females in a way that she's not with Tariq? Then we're all gonna be like, I don't know. Will we like that? Maybe you can be. Listen, I'm not bi, so I don't really understand the complexities of how that works. Of like if you somewhat some people might say, and some people do, some people don't, whether you like change your approach to courting someone or like flirting with someone is the same. Yeah, she's gonna be like soft and like, oh God. Anyway. Maybe when she gets drunk or something, like she gets a little more loose. And we're gonna see like that version of Hazel. They had a fallout a while ago, I thought, and it was patched up already. I mean, Alana, like, we'll see. They're funny on Pillow Talk, but I did know they had a fallout. Yeah. I mean, Dean was at, I did a comedy show, a stand-up comedy show, obviously. Not obviously, maybe some people are here that didn't know that, with David and Annie and Dean. And Courtney was there, and what is his name? Corey was there like a year ago, maybe like literally a year ago. And Dean was really funny. He was really cute. He was very exactly how you would think he'd be, like very energetic, the opposite of Mike. uh, and funny, I thought that he I think that if he actually like wrote jokes, they'd be funny, because he is a performer. Um, so yeah, I wish they would kind of. I mean, it's always had to see like peeps fighting, especially brothers. Tricolor rotini or bow ties, a nice cheese or spinach tortellini. Lots of green veggies too: spinach, broccoli, and green beans. Oh, I love in my pesto and my macaroni and cheese. I love really roasted broccoli, like burnt broccoli, blackened broccoli, like crispy broccoli. Or peas. And then I call it mac and cheese and peas and trees. Yeah, Mickey, I hear your rules are a bit more defined with me. I mean, but truly, like, we're in a different world now and a different generation. I feel like I know that I'm outdated now with my I know I'm outdated with my concept of gender roles, or not. I mean, maybe gender roles or my ideas of like how sexuality works for, I think, the younger generation, which is so weird to say. But yeah, I don't know. And I feel like I probably have said ignorant things about the topic. I don't mean to be. Catchy, I thought they got kicked off Pillow Talk because of transphobic comments about Tim. Oh, Kat, is that what happened? On Pillow, like what, on social media or something like that? Oh. Hazel wants 2 tickets to Paradise, but not for her and Tariq. Ooh, Lisa. Ooh. Yeah. Well, we'll see. And obviously we have to see what happens with Hazel and Tariq's daughter, like how they get along and everything. To me, like quite a different situation, like between like David and Annie. No, not David and Annie. Annie with the Uber driver with the pigtail who has the son that loved her immediately. Like it might be a little hard, like Tariq as a child that's on the spectrum. And so I'm not, it's going to be an interesting dance to see them connect and how that will work, for both of them, because Hazel doesn't seem to be really emotive, right? And she's overwhelmed, as we've seen, but she is a mom. So, and she seems to like have empathy. So it's like, I wonder how that connection's going to work. It's really interesting. I'm into it. Robert. Yep. Thank you. Did Hazel say anything about having to leave her son behind? Yeah, she said that. Yeah, she said right before she got on the plane, she FaceTimed him, and the son said, "When are you going to come back?" And she just cried. And she also mentioned it when she came off the plane, how sad she was, but how America doesn't have the poverty aspect that that she came from the Philippines, and obviously for her, she feels that it would be a better life for her son out here. So I guess the plan is to do that. Hazel is so reserved that can be a little scary, too hard to read, like she could get mad and poison me. Personally, I find people hard to read tedious. You can only be mysterious and or hard to read for a certain amount of time before, if I don't understand you, if I can't at least read parts of you, if I don't know your mind, I'll just be like, I don't connect with you. I don't get you. It's too hard. Also, it's like the polar opposite of me in every way. I feel like my face is made of putty and I just emote so much. I have the opposite of a poker face. I wish I didn't. I wish I could be cooler or chiller or just whatever, unbothered or just I like it. It's great. But I'm nothing if not incredibly enthusiastic at all times. overly sensitive, highly dramatic, very reactive. So like, I'm just, yeah, I don't get that life. I wonder if her sexuality has anything to do with not having son or maybe just economic reasons. It seems like economic reasons because it seems like when she gets to America, like she didn't talk. I mean, it seems like the son's going to be with her. Like it doesn't feel like she's going to have to put up any sort of fight for the father to give her custody. I mean, from what we know. Oh, thank you. That's why we love you. It's so funny and theatrical. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, we're doing what we can. Oh, you guys. I love you guys. Thanks for saying that, But yeah, like it's just interesting when I see how demure some people can be. I'm not demure. I'd love to be though sometimes, or just I'd love to cosplay being demure. What would that look like? I feel like I would have to be way softer and more gentle in my voice and maybe blink more, smile and blink more, and like slight lower head. I mean, is that working? Is that what that is? Peas in my Alfredo with white corn and scallops. I like broccoli by mac and cheese. Yes, yes, yes. I don't eat fish. She says, yeah, economical reasons, but the son will join America. I'm not demure. I'm obnoxious and facetious, or fictitious. I'm dumb and I don't know how to read. You're describing someone looking stoned. LOL. You're describing someone looking stoned. Yeah, God bless. Yeah, I literally just wondered, is Chris high? Oh. What else? So yeah, I feel like we'll just see what happens this season. I'm excited to like see everything I've talked about and like I'm excited to see this new couple. I don't know that woman's name. You wouldn't like it for more than 10 minutes. Oh, my back cracks. I also like am into being able to like know what happens with Mike and Natalie because they're obviously showing a lot of Natalie like screaming her bloody brains out and like truly what's going to happen in that horror house like in the middle of nowhere and she can't get away, she can't drive and it's just so dark. And I think they got married though, but I'm going to give that away. But I mean, I think that's already, we're going to do a cast controversies thing. We'll dive in, but I'm excited to see all of this. I'm really into it. I like this season so far. I want to do an edited recap. So as I've said, I will. It's like the Christmas week, as you know. She has lots to do, but as long as you don't mind the fact that in my edited recap from the season episode 1, I don't have my mic here. So I don't know if you can tell the difference in the sound quality. It is a little annoying, but it's not as crisp and clear as other videos of mine. But whatever. I'm a little guarded at first, but then I feel a vibe. I'm an open book, slightly sarcastic, especially if I've been sipping. Ooh, Natalie reminds me of Chicken Little. Sometimes demure, shy, or insecure. Yes. Mike seems as much fun as Strep Throat. Ah, David. I mean, yeah, no, obviously, yeah. I think Mike, there's a depressive quality about him. I think that maybe Natalie brings like some joy or light to him, like her craziness. I think that he like feeds off of that or whatever. So are your bangs totally grown out? Oh. Yeah. Yes. But what also keeps happening is in quarantine, I have this really shitty habit. And the shitty habit is if I feel a piece of my hair that's damaged, I will just cut it off. So now I have pieces that are really short because I just like literally like would just put my hands through my hair and be like, no, that's not, and then just cut it out. From all the years of like dyeing my hair. So that's what happened. Actually, yes, my bangs are like that. I'd be depressed too if I was in a relationship with someone like her. Yeah. I mean, he's just out in the middle of nowhere on 35 acres with Bo. He doesn't drink, Bo does. Nellie comes off positive in the beginning. She's running outside. Uncle Bo, way scary to me. Yeah. Yeah. The Uncle Bo thing is hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard. It's hard for me to watch anyone in the process of self-harm. I think there is a human or animalistic like fight or flight or like an uneasiness when for other people, and obviously like God bless, some people can get over feelings like that, and we can thankfully have nurses and doctors who can like literally cut in the flesh and stuff like that. It's not self-harm, and I understand that, but so in this instance, like I can't watch people do drugs, like intravenous drugs. I don't even like watching people like snort anything, but I guess it's like that we've seen enough of that in movies, like, I'm like, I guess whatever, but I don't like I cannot watch someone do this, like, or cut themselves. Like it's hard for me to watch self-harm. And so like in this case, I'm watching like the effects of the self-harm in such a way where, I mean, I don't know specifically if the eye thing is from the massive alcoholism or if that's a different haram problem, health problem. But I mean, it's like a little bit, right? Talk about Botox. Honey, they're all coming back. No preventative Botox in this forehead. It's COVID time. Okay. Maybe he had a car crash. So yeah, maybe like, and there was like a stroke or something. I don't know. The eye thing is really hard. You live on 36 acres in the middle of nowhere with your uncle stoned and see how ecstatic you are. Okay. Listen, Lisa, I get it. Mike seems like he's fearful of avoidant personality from the arguments, and him giving the ring back crushed him more than he acts. He's a turtle back in his shell. Oh, yeah, it's so sad. I feel for him. I really do. Anyway, this is a long live. We've been going at it. It's 8:46. Oh, it's 8:46. I'm going to start wrapping it up. But I wanted to have a chance for you to say your final thoughts. I will have to rewatch the eye thing. Alana, you know what? It was a lot. You can see it. You can see it a lot in the last episode. Not the one we just watched, though I think you can see in that one. But specifically, when he's telling Bo that he has to move out, it happened so much. And it's like a flash that happens. That is a little, oh God, how do I even describe this? Oh God. There's like this flash that comes over his eyes that almost is reminiscent of like a dog that has glaucoma. You know that like filmy thing that dogs have glaucoma? When they can't see that kind of like film that goes over their eye, it's like, or like, God bless, this is so bad. And I'm not even, but like one of those like reptilian animals that have an extra, like, what is happening to his eyes? It's like a flash of something. It's not an extra skin, but it almost looks like that because something happens where you're like, I think he's gonna die. Mike feels important to deal with Natalie. Mike is a fixer. Okay. Yeah, it like gives him something. I think it just gives him something. Just out in the middle of nowhere on 35 acres. God bless. Anyway, okay, I love you guys so much. Here's the thing. We will see. Bo, I think, is doing okay. And now that Natalie's here, I think, and if she and Mike are together. I'm hoping that she can lend a feminine touch to kind of nurturing Bo, his family. So that's something that I'm going to look forward to. I mean, if I don't know, if she can maybe help that. Maybe she can, because she's strong-willed, doesn't like the alcohol. So anyway, I really, really hope that you are having a happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday situation, a winter solstice. It's the 21st yet? No. Whatever you believe. You don't believe any of that? I just hope that you're like happy and content where you are. And that's going to be like a double-edged sword because like it's very difficult because of the current climate. I mean, like the COVID one, to really live your best life right now. But I guess we're all feeling that. So they have to find some sort of peace or contentment in the present moment. So I hope that whatever you need, you can name it and you're on an active path to get it. And I think that like some universal needs are like love, warmth, shelter, food. I would say a certain amount, I guess for me, for like shelter and of stability and security. But love is really important, and that comes from like family and friends, and like-minded souls, and people that aren't afraid to open their hearts and just display a little warmth. And I don't know why I'm really blessed that like a lot of the people that subscribe to me and come to these chats and talk in Vanity Fair and like have been people that I've been able to talk to over the past couple of years, like Lisa and Mickey. I mean, you guys are all here right now. I'm just like, how are you guys all cool? How I'm so thankful that you guys are open-hearted, warm, love-filled people. Because it's like hard to find anyway in life. Also, it isn't like the fan base of this particular show is so lovely. I think we all know it's not. The fan base of this show can be really intense and really like very intense and what's the word, like very harsh or whatever. I mean, diehard fans of any show, but like there's a lot of opinions or whatever. And I just can't believe sometimes I'm just like, oh, it's crazy that like you all came and found me and we talk about the show and I'm like, you guys are all cool. Isn't that crazy? I don't know, it's weird. I'm just so thankful. I'm really thankful that you guys are here. You guys are awesome. Anyway, I could like cry about it. It's fine. You have a really good group. Anyway, okay, so I will say I hope you find your love wherever you can, and of course it's hopefully in the intimacy and connection you have with your family and friends, but you can also find it really in any place, like a weird YouTube live room or whatever. So honey, find it, give it, don't let it get away. Enjoy your life as much as you can in this time. Smoke it and drink it, whatever it is. I love you so much. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Farah. Of course, you can join my Facebook group. That's at Vanity Farah. If you haven't yet subscribed and like this video, of course, also comment on this video after it's posted. That will really help also in the blah blah blue algorithm of blah blah blue in my life. Ugh, I'm so sorry, but God bless. Okay, drink. Okay. Take care of yourselves and each other and stand up for what you believe and make art, and happy holidays, my loves. Okay? Bye, baby boos. Don't drink too much like Bo. You're right.